Hey, Battle Bill here with another video, and today we're going to get into some more Premier Cup Go Battle League battles. These next few videos, they're going to be my hopefully finished quest to rank 10. So please bear with me about similar teams. I promise once I hit rank 10, I will be changing it up, but I do have more exciting battles for you guys. And I made a slight adjustment to the team. You'll notice to the side, I think it's this way. Could be pointing the wrong way. If I am, it's going to look really stupid when I rewatch. Oh well. Snorlax is not running Earthquake anymore. It's running Outrage. A friend of mine actually suggested it to me, and the logic made a lot of sense because my Snorlaxes have been facing more Dragonites than Metagrosses, and in that situation I could hopefully flip switch advantage by potentially landing an Outrage when the time comes. Either way, I'm floating in between that 2920 to 2970 range. I feel like every day's been Groundhog Day. I've been having similar set after similar set, just going up a little, down a little, up a little, down a little, up a little, down a little. And I'm just like, I'm so close. I'm so close. So will I ever get out of the 2900s? That's a great question for today's battles, because there's some exciting ones, and we're going to jump into those battles right now. Oh, also, if you've been enjoying the content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I really hope that even though I've been using the same teams, I'm still providing value to you guys. Like I said, I do plan on changing it up, but what's important to take note of is when you're doing Go Battle League, you should really try and focus on having a comfortable team that you feel like you can clinch a positive 3-2 set or a 2-3 set. Yeah, a lot of teams will fluctuate, but in Great League I had the Mud Boys, in Ultra League I had the Obstagoon teams, and I'm thinking this team of Garchomp, Snorlax, and Metagross can be my comfortable Premier Cup team where I can clinch more positive sets than negative sets, and I can rely on when I need to end some sort of losing streak. So, getting into this battle, I've missed a lot of it. Right now, we've got the Snorlax on the Dragonite. The Dragonite's going for a charge move here. I decide not to use a shield because I shielded the first one. Ends up being a Hurricane and it takes me out. I did not want to use my second shield there as much as I wanted to land the Outrage because I baited before that. I didn't want to potentially be down a shield because that would hurt me endgame. So I bring in my Metagross, and now I'm going to commit to trying to get to this Meteor Mash and take out the Dragonite. The Dragonite's done its job for my opponent, so I don't see them essentially shielding their Dragonite here. They don't, they let it go down, because they were going to either land Dragon Claws or Hurricanes, which wouldn't have been too ideal for them, especially when they have something like Gyarados in the back. So it's going to Dragon Breath away at me. I swap in my Garchomp mostly because I know Meteor Mash isn't going to get that shield or do a good chunk of damage. I try to go for the Outrage, and to add insult to injury, I was already in a poor situation. My opponent pulls a great swap here, landing that Outrage on their Metagross. So there's really no winning condition for me at this point. I really wanted to get that Outrage through because either it would have gotten the shield or it would have put the Gyarados in Meteor Mash range, which would have given me maybe a little bit of play. But considering I think I lost lead in this match, like I had a little bit longer extension of the intro, so I forgot, but I'm pretty sure I lost lead and it just became nearly impossible to recover, so I needed very specific things to work in my favor if I wanted any real chance. My opponent's going to come back out with their Gyarados. I would need essentially 3 Meteor Mashes to take out their Gyarados, so I'm not shielding it. It's going to be a crunch. It's going to take me out. It's going to be GG for the first match, and my rating is looking like I'm going to be sitting around 2950 for the rest of eternity. Yeah, speaking of my rating, if you looked at last video and this video, it's extremely close. So I'm hoping, even after that unfortunate start to the set, that I can have a better day today, because all I really need is 2 to 3 really strong sets, like 4-1s, out of my 6 sets to hit that rank 10 mark. So, I've lost game 1, but it's not over yet. We don't quit. We take 1 loss, we bounce back to the next one. That's our plan for this match. Going up against Ricky Goma, and actually I think this match errors out, so I've been doing all this talking for no reason. Well, I did a lot of good talking there, so we're going to sit and watch that error out, and we're going to sit through this next queue. That's also the other struggle of these rank 9 battles. Sometimes opponents dodge. They might be dodging because they don't want to be in a YouTube video, but also what's been happening recently is queue times take so long, and I've been somebody that does this also. is I'll back out before finding an opponent to try and reset the queue time, because if you search too long, you find somebody way out of your elo rating. So that could have been what my opponent did, and they backed out right before we got matched up. But either way, getting to this next match, I'll take it. I got a nice Garchomp on a Magnezone lead. They bring in their own Garchomp, and I'm like, I don't really have the best counter for this. So, Hail Mary, full of grace, let the Lord be with thee. I'm going to send this Outrage through and one-shot their Garchomp. They were not expecting that one. They brought in the Dark Dragonite. I swap it to my Snorlax here, and honestly, that play wins me the match right off the bat. I have my Garchomp in the back to deal with the Magnezone later. My Snorlax will be able to do enough damage to their Dragonite where it'll get it low enough where if Metagross comes in, Metagross can do solid damage to the Dragonite also. And just to add a little bit of insult to injury on their part, I'm going to go for the Outrage on my Snorlax and land it, get their Dragonite super low. So even though they are able to Dragon Breath me down here, I can bring in my Metagross. I can take whatever this charge move is, because Garchomp's going to completely wall Magnezone no matter the shields. Ends up being a Dragon Claw, which is fine by me. I'll attempt to Bullet Punch down, but they swapped out. They made the smart play, because technically speaking, even with that little bit of health, that Dragonite does have some play against my Garchomp, because Mud Shot's double resisted. So I'm going to throw this Meteor Mash to the Magnezone. I don't care if I get a shield or not. I just want to kill the switch timer to get my Garchomp in. Unfortunately, it was a CMP glitch where I was able to switch my Garchomp through when it should have been a CMP tie, but I had no intention of shielding either way. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference in this match. And they're going for another charge move here. This is definitely going to be another Mirror Shot. I shield this one just to make sure my Garchomp's health doesn't get too much lower. But now I'm just going to commit to a Mud Shot down. They're going to throw another charge move. I am not going to shield this one because Mirror Shot's not taking me that low. Not too worried about Mirror Shots. And I'm going to Mud Shot all the way down. I could throw a Sand Tomb. Their Dragonite's like at 1 HP. Honestly, I probably could have just Mud Shot down. And even though they got those two shields, they held on to them a bit too long, and it ended up costing this match. I don't know if I've stressed this enough in my past few videos, but sometimes you just don't want to bait. I threw that Outrage, and it literally won me the match there. We'll get into this third match, and I got a Garchomp on another Magnezone. I'm like, no. This set might turn around after losing the first one. I took the second one. I got back-to-back leads. I haven't seen two Magnezones as leads in the same set in days, maybe since I was in like the 2700s. So I will take that right where I'm at. They brought in their Dragonite. I match with my Snorlax. I'm going to build all the way up to the Outrage, and I'm going to actually go for the Outrage. I think I just wanted to try and guarantee a shield or just make sure I kept switch advantage. I end up getting the shield, and now I have shield advantage, which I'm fine with. So when they get to their charge move, they can throw it. This Dragon Claw will not take my Snorlax out. They will Dragon Breath down. But now that I have shield advantage, as long as they don't have a Togekiss in the back, I should be fine to win this match. So I just need to hope there's no Togekiss, because honestly, when they shielded the Outrage, Snorlax wasn't letting switch advantage back. Either way, I'm going to definitely bring in my Metagross here. Try and commit to a Bullet Punch down. I'm going to solely rely on Garchomp a little bit, or do I decide to shield this? No, yeah, I get a little worried. I decide to shield this. I worry that that's going to be a Hurricane, and then I did start to worry there was a Togekiss in the back, because if there was, maybe I could finagle a way of still pulling off the win. But at this point, they baited me, so I'm like, this next one had to be a Dragon Claw. They only had so much energy. I get the Bullet Punch down. I wait to see what their next Pokemon ends up being. They bring in their Magnezone again, and I go for a Meteor Mash to try and bait the shield out since I built up so much energy to the Earthquake. So let's see what they decide to do. They actually shield it, and now at this point, I build up a little bit extra energy, and I swap to my Garchomp. They end up having that Togekiss. So the way I need to play this is very specific. I got that shield, which was huge. I need to Sand Tomb the heck out of the Togekiss, and when Metagross comes in, I need to commit to a complete farm down. So their Togekiss will throw a charge move at my Metagross. That will be fine. It'll most likely be a Flamethrower because they're going to charm my Garchomp all the way down. I'm going to get as many Sand Tombs through as possible though, so the Bullet Punch down from my Metagross to their Togekiss is easier for my Metagross. And then once I Bullet Punch down, the plan is to then throw an Earthquake at the Magnezone to take it out. But here's one thing I'm worried about. I have to shield this. I know their Magnezone has health. So I'm checking the bottom right corner. My switch timer's almost up. So I'm checking the top right corner to see if they swap. They did not swap. So now I go for the Earthquake right away. Their Magnezone pretty much has full health. Does not matter. This Earthquake will get through. One hit KO the Magnezone, and we take the third match of the set. All I know is I have a positive record right now, so we're really turning things around. So yeah, I just checked. That was the third match of the set. We're 2-1. It's important to know that you can lose a first match and bounce back. Let's get into the fourth match here. We got Garchomp on Gyarados lead. I stay in this for a little bit because I want to check what the quick move is. It's Waterfall. Garchomp has play against Gyarados when its quick move is Waterfall. So what I do here is I go straight for the Outrage. It lands. That's even huger because essentially you need to bait out the shield and land the Sand Tomb to win this out. So I know I can't necessarily win, but I can get the Gyarados low, pull a nice little swap like I just did, catch this Crunch that's about to come through. There it goes. And then see what they decide to swap into, which ends up being a Dragonite, and now I have energy advantage, which means going for this Outrage is going to be a little bit easier for me. Plus, that Gyarados is in Bullet Punch range for my Metagross endgame, so I'm not too worried about it now. So I'm charging up, I go for the Outrage because we're even shields, and it's important for me to either really get this Dragonite low or get one of those shields. Got the Dragonite really low. They will be able to Dragon Breath me down before I'm able to lick them down, which is fine. I'm going to bring in my Metagross here, commit to a Bullet Punch down. They will get a charge move through. Let's wait. I wait out the switch timer. They will get a charge move through. They go for it immediately, so I'm not going to shield. I'm assuming it's going to be a Dragon Claw. Ends up being a Dragon Claw. I don't see them getting to another charge move, so I finish the Bullet Punch down. I don't know what I expect them to bring in. Most likely bring in the Gyarados again because it has a better advantage against my team. So now I'm just going to throw the Meteor Mash, and either this will get the shield or will take out the remaining health of the Gyarados. It takes it out, and what do you know, we're up against Caleb's new team, and I've learned that because the Gyarados has Waterfall, my current team can actually beat it, so thank you, Caleb, for throwing that team out there. Honestly, when he threw it out there, I was really worried because it was like essentially double Dragons with Gyarados and Dragonite, but since he recommends Waterfall, that helps my Garchomp in that lead matchup, which you can see throughout this match, and allows me to essentially pull out the win here. We both are even on shields. I don't use my shields here because I'm just like, you want to continue playing this out by throwing a charge move, be my guest. My Metagross has plenty of health. They've realized that now. They decide to quit. Ends up being GG. 3-1. We take those. A lot of big plays in this set. We've already clinched a positive set, so some stress is off my shoulders. But I am sitting in the 2950-ish range, and I would love a 4-1 to see how high that can get me. So we get into this next match, positive lead, off to a great start. They go for a swap and bring in a Machamp, and I'm like, my back line doesn't really like fighters that much. So I leave in Garchomp. They go for the charge move here, ends up being a cross chop. I could tank at least one more of these, and I'm going for the Hail Mary right away because maybe they think I'm going to try and Sand Tomb and dip, but they end up shielding it. So I'm like, alright, I'm going to just commit and leave in Garchomp here and see if I can get that second shield or at least take out the Machamp. I also know this Cross Chop can't take out my Garchomp, so I get a little risky here. I let it go through. It gets me low. We get a little bit of lag, and I was worried I was going to get countered down because of that lag. Luckily, I get the Outrage through, and this will either get the shield or take out the Machamp's remaining health, which is huge. They bring in their Metagross to Bullet Punch me down. I'm fine with that. I'm going to go with Snorlax. I have shield advantage. Yeah, I have shield advantage. I was going to say I have Mon advantage. I don't have Mon advantage. And they bring in another fighter. So like I said, exciting teams. They got a double fighter strat going on here, and my team is pretty weak to fighters, so it's a good thing I got one of those shields earlier. So their Conkeldurr throws a dynamic punch there. I shielded it. I'm going to commit to doing some extra bullet punches. I'm throwing a Meteor Mash here. This will most likely get their last shield because it would take out the Conkeldurr's remaining health. It does get its shields. And now I'm going to bullet punch away. I was wondering if I could beat it, but I didn't want to CMP tie, which that's what that would have been. So I didn't click my charge move. I decided to shields here because now I'm going to over farm, and this is going to help me endgame. If I would have CMP tied there, I would have had a lot less energy than what I currently have, and it would have set me back in the potential endgame matchup against their own Metagross. So now I can get this Meteor Mash through, take out their Conkeldurr, farm up a little bit more, and swap. That's huge. The reason why that's so important is they could have gone for a Meteor Mash to take me out, but since I swapped out and have all that energy, there's no way their Metagross is going to be able to farm down my Snorlax. It's really just not possible for Metagross. The bullet punches don't do enough damage. They need to throw 2 Meteor Mashes. Here comes the first one. They need to throw 2 Meteor Mashes to take out my Snorlax. I'm going to spam the body slams and just lick it down and get as low as possible. If they take me out with another Meteor Mash, that's fine. I throw a Meteor Mash, win the game. Or I commit to this lick down, which I almost got it. I got it to 1 HP, which is fine by me, because now they're going to take out my Snorlax. And I'm going to bring in my Metagross. I'm going to throw a Meteor Mash, and I'm going to take out the remaining health of their Metagross. So honestly, this team I have is pretty weak to fighters. We just went up against a double fighter team and pulled off the win. Just saying. If you have a good team, you can overcome the majority of situations that would be weaknesses. Not every poor situation, but that's a story for another time. So let me catch this Shieldon. Do a little quick catch method. I was around 2950 something. Let's check that. Let's claim it, and it gets me all the way up to 2992. So not quite out of the 2900s yet, but I am hopefully a 3-2 away from hitting rank 10, and that'll hopefully be tomorrow's video. Let me know what you thought of that set, and also let me know if I had a potential win scenario in that one loss I had in the set that could have possibly given me the 5-0 that would have clinched rank 10. I'll take the 4-1. This is the closest I've been to rank 10 all season, so hopefully tomorrow's video will say I clinched rank 10 and this is how I did it. Please wish me luck. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.